and good morning to everyone else who is going to catch the replay. I welcome you all. This is a very, very, very important live that I am doing today. We have with us Monsieur Yvon Saint Martin, who is the founder of Yvon Services Immobilier. He works in the northern side of Haiti. And Monsieur Saint Martin has taken the bold initiative of investment property in the country of Haiti. So we welcome here today, and we are really honored to have him here.
Hello. Good morning, everyone. This is a real pleasure to be with you. And Daisy, so thank you for having taken the time to organize this presentation. So I'm very happy to be here and to help you better understand who I am and what we can do together, and how we can also increase real estate investment in Haiti and have a better country
I
together.
am so excited to have Mr. Saint Martin here. You guys know that I have been working for the longest of time here, and I've been in informing you that the market of Haiti is really open. It is open for property investment. It is the right market that you should look into if you are someone who is thinking about investment property. So I have with me someone who's already done it, someone who's right now, building houses. He is involved in many projects here in Haiti, and we are going to discuss that. Mr. Saint Martin, now, if you can just inform people just a little bit of your background. You are a Haitian man, but if you can tell us, where you grew up and how did you become to be interested in this field?
So thank you so much for this question. So I was born in the outskirts of Cape Haitian in a small countryside called Wobia, which is something like 15 to 20 minutes from Plains du Nord. Let's say around 40 minutes, 45 minutes to Cape Haitian. This was such a great countryside where you had the chance as a kid just to develop, all your capacities. Unfortunately, at 10 years old, my parents decided to bring me to Cape Haitian, where I complete my primary school and secondary school, and then technical school. Then I moved to Port-au-Prince in 1999, where I started to work with the World Food Program as a food monitor, uh, mainly for the school feeding project. So I was working in all the difficult areas that you hear about now, Cité Soleil, La Saline, Bel Air, until up to Tomazo and so forth. There were a lot of up and downs, and then I started to study informatics, and I wanted to have a 2 year degree in computer technology. Unfortunately, it was too tough as I was working so much in the field, balancing between field, work and also go to university was a little bit too tough, during the night to have the time to make the homeworks and so forth. And I dropped after 1 year just to keep on working. And afterwards, I had a diploma in humanitarian logistics from Institute Bioforce Development France in Lyon. And then I had a Master of Disaster Management, mainly focusing on risk reduction, preparedness, and risk mitigation. In between, I had a lot of work with mainly NGOs and international organizations, the United Nations, where I had the chance to travel in different countries, for humanitarian purpose, mainly as project manager, operations manager, or consultant. And then, I had a lot of additional, small diploma, other skills that I've learned along the way. Uh, this is me. So now I'm in real estate development in Haiti. Almost everything.
Wow, so you really have an extensive resume working in the field, mainly working, in marginalized places before you dived into real estate property. That's really interesting because I didn't know this background about you. So that's very, very impressed. So, Mr. Saint Martin, when we are looking at the country of Haiti, many people are not interested in this land. They're not interested in investment, especially real estate investment for Haiti, because they're looking at the disasters. They're looking at this country is always on alert. There is always something going on. So what has been the mind shift for someone like yourself, because you are someone who actually started to work in organization. So you've seen the main problem of the countries. So how did this mindset came about for you to decide that you were going to go in real estate?
Way because I started thinking about real estate development ever since I was 10 years old. The first day I came to Cape Haitian, so I left the countryside of Ubia and I started to think, what it is, where I am now compared to where I was. For example, in the countryside, you have a big farm, you get everything at the tip of your finger. So you don't need to, you don't need to buy almost, anything. You don't need anything. So because you can find the oranges, you can find, the fruits, you can find, everything is just there in the yard, or you can go in the farm just in the backyard, and then you get, what you need. When I came to Cape Haitian, so you were living in such a big yard, and you are living in a slum in a small place called for Saint Michel actually. And so I started to say, what it is. How can I find the balance
So it
between where
seems like since you were a child, you were problem, like you said, problem solving. You were looking at, okay, this is the main problem that I'm having. How am I going to find a solution? So you've been doing that for since you were a child. And this is what led you to be very interesting and starting your project in the northern side of Haiti. But like you said, it's been a long time. Now, what was the initial phase? Because we have to share with people that you literally invested in an incredible project in the northern side of Haiti, which is a village Nunush, where you build very modern houses and different property. So, how did that initial idea for this project? How did you start it?
so again it was quite tough way to take because when I started, I wanted to start, and there were so many risks. So many people did not believe this was possible, and I started first with myself because what I said by the end, I was the only person I should first convince so that I could convince other people. It was a battle between me and me, to say, okay, are you going to risk everything? You are going to leave the humanitarian work, you are going to leave a job, you are well paid, and the country is very risky. The people do not believe in dream, and the financial system is not that easy, and people do not really want to invest. They are skeptical about every positive thing you may say about the country. It took me about 1 year. Every day I was, reminding myself this is possible. This is the right path I should take. And the country needs me because if I don't take this initiative, many people who are thinking about it will never take it. And if I don't take it for myself, so this dream may die. I don't know how many years I'm going to live again. And this is, this year, this is this month, this is this week, this is today, and today I should pack my bag and say, okay, this is it. With small resources, a very skeptical environment, very risky. Okay, let's move on. And then I started with my own money, with my own resources, bit by bit, people, are coming, and then, there were a lot of up and down, but anyway, so we are on the right track to complete this project now, and I'm happy that I made it
So, like many people said, it was the first step was to convince yourself, to build the
myself.
courage, yes, to build the courage to tell yourself that yes, it's possible. So you had to believe in yourself. And you had to be your first investment because you know getting funding for such a project in a country like Haiti is risky. So at the beginning, you're not necessarily going to receive the funding that you would want or you would need. So you made that capital funding. So you took your own funding, your own money, and you invested. And then slowly but surely, other people started to join you in the project. How was that? How were other people like? Who did you reach out to? And or did people just come, decided to join you because they saw the vision?
What happened is, so I had a lot of colleagues, around the globe, and also friends, families, who did not really want to believe, but as I'm moving forward, they started to see the light. And bit by bit, you have, this person who is really interested in family, this friend, a lot of them also drop along the way. Because when they see there is a problem, there is a demonstration, there is political instability, a few people who said yes yesterday, you don't hear about them this week, next week, 1 month, 2 months, and by then you should keep on believing that regardless of how things are going, how many people are going to drop, how many people are going to get into the bandwagon, you have to keep the dream alive. And this is a tough process, and I cannot tell anyone, this is something easy. But if you have a real project, you make the risk calculation, and then you make a good plan, for the long term, because this is not something you have to plan, very in a very short time frame. And if you are organized, you can do it. And one of the greatest thing I can say now, I'm not just doing it, but I'm helping other people, to make their dreams come true in this field, of real estate development, and it's not easy, but we make it.
So we talk about the initial stage of your project, but now tell us about this project. What is the first? Because I'm not so sure if we'll have the time to dive because definitely have other projects. But what is this first project, Village Nonosh? Tell people what it is exactly.
Village Nonoshi is, like we say in the US, a gated community, which is 100% fence with regular blocks at 25%, and 75% with so some kind of a mesh wire, and with babile on the top of it, so that we can protect the people. There is security 24 hours a day, and we have water, flowing in every water tap. And also we make land use planning. We have a mini market. We'll have a mini market that we are planning, a mini bar plus pool, and then we have green area where we plant a lot of trees, mainly bananas and coconuts, countries, so that people can enjoy their life in a green environment. And we have a place for parties. We have water. We have waste collection system. This is a very organized, system. But the top of it is the planning process, because when you have to start a project like this, the planning process take a lot of time, because you cannot just say you're gonna provide water. So how you gonna make water available for everyone in such a big community? It's not a question having electricity. How you gonna plan the electrical system? It's not, and also one of the biggest thing we can say about it is, when you have a big land like this, you're gonna lose, something like 20 to 25% of it, because those parts are going to be reserved for, for woods. They are going to be reserved for green area. They are going to be reserved, for the mini lake we are planning. And then by then you have something
How
like,
many, excuse me, how many acres of land are we talking about? How many acres of land?
let's say something like 20. But you don't have that much, because all the rest which is allocated, to wood buildings, to green area, to poultry, to everything we are organizing inside, for the pool, for the party hall, and everything.
Now, those houses, are they available for people to rent, for people to purchase? What can people like? Can people just buy those houses? Do they rent? Is it Airbnb? What are the houses there for?
Yeah, so everything is possible. If they want to rent, they can rent some. Unfortunately, we have only one which is available now for rent, and we can also build for them. We plan according to the model they choose in the catalog, because everything is already planned, in a catalog for different models which are available, for construction. In the beginning, we started with some, building some models, but along the way, the people they want to make a few adaptation from every model, and then we say, okay, if we keep on building, it will be more difficult, to uh, make some arrangement for people who want to change a few stuff in it. So now we build for people according to their needs based on the catalog. So we're gonna reorganize if they need to reorganize a few stuff, and then the plan will be upgraded according to the needs of the clients. And in that way, it is easier, because in the construction process, as soon as you start the foundation, it is more difficult to change the structure.
I also want to remind people that this is a village. Nunush is located in the northern side of Haiti. So this is where you are. This is where this project is currently happening. So if you are interested, it's not here in Port-au-Prince. It's actually in the northern side of Haiti. And as Mr. Saint Martin is saying, you could decide that you actually, instead of like renting, you want to build your own house, and that's also available, correct?
Exactly.
Okay. So now, Mrs. Martin, let's go into your business, which is Yvon Services Immobilier. If another person is looking into doing the same type of work, is this something that you are offering?
Yes, definitely. So we are a one step, one we are a complete real estate development firm, so we can help people from scratch with their project. We actually we are doing it in semi-sheltered ally, where we are helping a group which is called Eco Village to build a village like this. So we are in the planning process. We are in making the topographic survey, learn use planning, and risk assessment for the project, be a business plan for them. We are working hard with them so that they can better organize their work in order to realize. But for Yvon Service Immobilier, so we are the business in real estate where our goal is to make make the dream of the people come true, in the real estate development, where our objective is to help them to achieve their real estate goal with honor and enjoy it with respect. And this is what we need in the country, so that the people, when you get something, it can be respected legally, and then also you can enjoy it. And also respect it because it is well done, because most of the time the people forget about the planning process, and then they start to do anything the way they want, and by then they create a shamble where it is creating more problems for the country than solutions. We have different services like, selling property, buying property, renting property, property management, and also we are in real estate investment. For example, someone who have money who doesn't know how to make money out of it, to pay take profit, to have a big return on an investment, like, between 8% and 15% per year. It depends. This is not something that you can do easily. We can help you achieve this dream instead of just having your money at the bank and it's not creating profit. We make you enjoy, the benefit of your money so that you can live in a better way. And also, mainly we give consultancy for people who want to build project, their personal project, and also we help people in real estate development from A to Z, so that they can create project like the one we are doing. Also, we deal out of our projects. For example, now we are building in Caracol, for people who want to have a better life in a big garden, make everything for them from the plan, to plot their dreams in a form of plan, and then they adapt to the plan, they accept the plan, they reschedule something, they reorganize in such a way that their plan look exactly the way they want to organize their livings, and then make the budget for them, help them to plan the construction, and then until we are going to deliver the key to them. So we give a lot of services, but one of the greatest thing we are happy with is just like in real estate management. For example, people they stop having problem with their families because when they leave their properties with their families, they have a lot of problem. Their properties are not well repaired. They don't get any return on it, and most of the time they are sending money to repair the property and they don't get anything out of it. And sometimes they get even into trouble in getting the property afterwards because the families or friends want to take this property. But with us, we just take the property, we repair, we maintain, we clean, we rent, and we put their money on the bank account regardless of where they are in the world. So this is something that we are very proud of because we remove all those trouble, all those bottlenecks for them, and we clean the process and make them happy.
That's a great point, the last one that you said, because living in Haiti and even doing this work, I know how as Haitian people, family issues can arise when you have a family person who is living with you in your house, and then now it's the repairs are not being done, but you need your house, you need your property, and people are not really happy with giving you back your space. So you are actually someone, a go-to person that people can have and be like, okay, let me go to Yvon Services Immobilier, and then you're going to take care of that. So it's not going to be them directly with a family, so they'll have you. That's really an awesome services. Now, Mr. Saint Martin, one thing that I want us to discuss is, what would you say to anyone who is watching you and who might just feel like, I would never invest in the country of Haiti, especially real estate, because there are way too many problems? What were some of your challenges, and what give us 2 to 3 points as far as like why you think that this is a country that people should actually look into and invest?
Okay, let us break it down. This is a very interesting question. Let us breaking down to the challenges. I think the greatest challenge is to convince yourself that you can make it happen. And if I didn't do it, I would not be able to have this project and help so many people now. The second greatest challenge I could say is to think positively when everybody are thinking it's impossible. No, because convincing yourself is not enough. You need to have a positive mindset all the time. Otherwise, the days are difficult, and when things get, worse, your idea may vanish. The third challenge is the financial schedule. You know, because you may find yourself at some time you don't have enough project, you don't have enough money to realize the project. At the same time, the financial system is not that open so that you can realize big dream. But if you have a good plan, you are confident, and you plan very well, you organize yourself, I think, along the way, you're gonna convince the people this is the right path. Because if you are right with yourself, everything is going to go right. You need to be fair with yourself, right, in everything you are doing, and everything is going to be all right, like Bob Marley said. And let's say now what I could advise people, uh, to be formal. Don't start to say, okay, I'm going to use a friend, I'm going to use a family. Real estate, I can say, is like demon. If you don't formalize with the demon, you are not going to live for a long time. You should not be taking for a very small period of time. You need to plan for the long term. And don't get into the domain without talking with expert people who have knowledge about it. For example, I put around myself a lot of very important people like lawyers, notary, carpenter, so that I do the things the right way according to the because, for example, you can say a real estate project, it is easy to start with a what we call just a mason, a boss. You cannot make big planning like this, with just someone who has very small knowledge in this field, because this is a very complex area. You need expertise of people who are knowledgeable and who are experienced in the area and who can protect your investment. So the last I could say, you can make a huge impact in the country, and don't let it to be too late. If you let it to be too late, I can promise you, one day you may be surprised by the way you are treated in your own country. I know it for sure, and this is why I come back and I'm home now. The
How
day you
much
realize that Haiti belongs to you, the foreigners can already take almost everything. I'm in the real estate field. I know what I'm talking about. All the big real estate investment and property acquisition are being done by people who are not from here. Be careful.
I agree, and I can second that because I too do a lot of consulting work, and the majority of my clients are either Europeans or Africans. Very, very few Haitians. Very few. I'm talking about maybe 1 out of 15. But a lot of African people and European people, all the way from, Finland, people are really interested. This is why I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe the number of people. But, the diaspora, unfortunately, I feel like for us, for Haitian people, it's difficult for them because of their mindset. It's difficult for them because they are afraid. They think a lot more about, what they are watching, what they are seeing on the television. Like the very few Haitian clients that I have, they are mainly like second to third generation Haitians. They are definitely not people who are, straight off the boat, like they just left Haiti or they grew up in Haiti. No. The majority of the clients that I have that I call Haitians are actually people who are third degree, like their grandparents were Haitians, their mom, so they're doing those. They are the one who are interested in Haiti. But the direct diaspora, for me, my experience is like they're not interested. And for me, I understand. I understand because they come with a lot, they've left Haiti, very surprised with the demographic changes that is operating in Haiti because Haitian people are not interested in property and, investment in Haiti, which is very, very sad. Now, what would be the capital for first, a project like yourself? Second, if someone is interested to build a house, what is the capital that you would say that they would need?
What I could say, a capital for this project, I don't want to say it in a live show. I would prefer to keep it, private. And but it's quite a good amount of money, you know. Uh,
That's too bad that you're not saying because it's so funny how people
so,
keep telling me when I when I tell them they say, "Oh, you know what, $100,000,
okay,
for
yeah,
building a house."
yeah.
I say, mhm.
No, it is different. The capital for the entire project, I tell you. It's not the capital, for one house, if you want to have a piece of property. So
Okay,
for a
so
piece
let
of
can
property,
you give an estimate?
it may be something like $100,000, something like $80,000 until 600,000 bucks, depending on what you want, the type, the size, and the landscaping, the finishing, it depends a lot. You know, some people may say, okay, I want to have marbles, as finishing. I want to have very high ceiling, even the ceiling are high. Some people need even higher ceiling. If you want some different kind of mezzanine, how you want to finish the front of your houses, you may want to have glass everywhere. you know it depends. The finishing may cost a little bit higher depending on the size. Also, everything may be changed. When you have someone who start to invest $80,000 for a property compared to someone 600,000, there is nothing you can compare that. But for the entire project, when you put everything together, it's quite a good bite of money. And so don't be afraid of the amount you can spend for an entire project like this, because the entire money should not come entirely from your pocket. But the first investment, perhaps, yes. But if you are well organized, it's possible to realize such a dream. And we can lead you along the way. We can accompany you along the way if you are serious and you want to realize such a dream.
And one of the things that I want people to remember when Mr. Saint Martin is talking about for the building, for the cost of a house, we estimated it. We said, maybe 80,000, 600,000, depending on the house, depending on the model of the house, the size. We have to remember that he is providing the land. So for those people who are, let's just say, like, if you want to purchase land and you want to buy houses, you have to put this into account as well. And the land also acquisition is going to depend on where it is. It's going to depend on the landscape of the land. So everything has to be cost factored into that. Now, for your projects, I'm not so sure if you're open to discuss that, but let's just say that someone is interested in Village de Noche and they want to actually build a house, right? Does the person has to come with the capital, or do you fund that and then they kind of like pay it off?
Okay. What we do, the person give a deposit and then we start building. for example, like 30%, and we start building. But we don't finance directly. What we do, for example, if someone gives $30,000, we can put another 20,000 on it to speed the construction work. And along the way, we can have some investors who are interested in real estate investment, and then we agree on the contract for them, and they finance, the property for this person. But it is not an automatic process. Some people manage to find in between, some people do not. And also it depends on the investors, and how money is flowing from the investors. Sometimes the people are more reluctant, depending on the type of houses they choose, depending on the amount available. But sometimes we finance through external investors or through our partners, but sometimes it's not possible. And but we're still working with the banking system, with the finance system, in order to to finance more properties. Because this is normal, because it should have been, it should I should have not said it's normal. It is abnormal, but in our context, it is normal for people to be skeptic. But if they are looking around, they should think about it, because quite soon they may not be able to invest in their own country.
Someone asks you if there are financing option, but I think you just answered that in terms of financing option. You said that if someone gives $30,000, you probably will advise them to put 10,000 more in order to speed up the process of the construction. But when somebody says, "Are there financing options?" What are some of your financing options?
Yeah. So we have internal partners who can, along the way, finance partly their project, but it is not something automatic. And also inside the Yvon Service Immobilier, sometimes we put money on the top of what the people give, so that we speed the construction for them. For example, someone may give 30%, and we have already completed 50% of the work. The people give 80%, we've already completed the project entirely. In that case, it is our own investment in order to encourage the people to move forward, and they don't pay a dime on the top of it. But if it's an investor, a partner want to invest his money, or an external investor want to invest his money, in that case, we are going to put them together, help them to sign a contract where they should give a return on investment to the investor. But we always try to minimize the interest rate.
Now, are you open to working outside of the north side of Haiti or not yet?
Yeah, we've already working, in the northeast. Uh, Actually, we are working in Caracol, for a family who want to build, different houses, for different members. So we'll be working in Saint Michel project, which is even bigger than Village Nonosh. We are helping them with the planning process, as I said, and topographic survey, risk assessment, a business plan, a marketing plan, so that they can move forward swiftly with their project. And we are actually also working in we are making a plan for the people, architectural plan, and also having a technician there to start with the topographic survey, so that we can build house for people. And for in terms of architectural planning, we make a lot of plan for different people outside, even outside of it.
Hey, I can hear your phone, so I know you have to go. Thank you so much. Where can people, you know, find you if people are interested? Where can people find you?
Okay, they can find us on our website. www.ysihaiti.com, or email us at info@ysihaiti.com, or they can call us, at 40 39 86 76.
Well, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for being here with me. I enjoyed learning from you. Congratulations on the work that you are doing. And I hope that very soon I will travel to Cap Haitian so that I can visit your project.
My pleasure, and I was very happy to be live with you. And I wish everyone best of luck. And please try your best to think this is your country, and you can make a difference here. If you invest here, you don't just invest; you are making a difference. You are creating job. You are creating opportunities for people who may have never had this chance to get something out of you, out of your money, which maybe is laying at a bank account and which is not profiting you and which is profiting the banking system, or people who do not have any link with you, who are disrespecting you, who are humiliating you. So we are here, we have the expertise, we have the knowledge, we have the experience. We can help you reach your dream and make a huge difference in this country in a safe way to protect your investment and to make you look good and your country look good. And when it's too late for so many people, you are going to have a very lead on everyone. And don't forget it, if you don't come the right time, it may be too late. And the foreigners may be there to be serving you at a very huge cost. Thank you so much. It's a great pleasure. And don't hesitate to contact us if you need our expertise to support you. Even if you don't have money, just call us. We can discuss with you and help you the way out.